Hi everyone and welcome back to a new 7-minute Sunday episode. We hope you liked last week's video and you enjoyed to get to know us a little bit more.
So for the past few weeks here in Barcelona, we've actually been able to go outside to do a little bit of sports, whether it's running, biking, or just taking a long walk. But it's been really nice after being inside for the past few months with the quarantine to be able to go outside, get some air and get moving a little bit.
So this is why we decided to talk about how physical activity can increase your well-being. So let's get to it. Sport has always been a big part of our life. Me and Lily have been doing sport since we were 4 years old, and the fact that we went to the US to be student athlete really took this to another level. We train way harder than we used to do, with sometimes 2 training a day with up to 3 games during the week. Coming back from the US last year, we needed some time to figure out what we were going to do next, so we didn't really have a routine and our physical activity was not consistent. But we quickly realized how much our well-being was connected to doing sport and to being active in our life, and this is why we decided to talk about this today.
So there are obviously many different benefits to an active lifestyle, and we really believe that physical activity is super important in order to live a happy and healthier life. But we're not talking about going to the gym 7 times a week and working super hard and pushing yourself to your absolute limits. It's not really so much about how much you do, but it's really more about just doing something and doing it for yourself. Physical activity can help with many different things, such as making your body stronger and healthier, but also with improving brain health and overall just making you happier.
So when we came back to Europe last year, we didn't do any physical activity for 8 months, and then I didn't really feel like training. I didn't really have any motivation because I didn't really have a bigger purpose. But with this, I felt more tired, I gained some weight, and I felt like I was missing something. Then beginning in January this year, we started training and working out in a regular basis again. But now I feel more happy, less tired, and more motivated. So at the end, all I was missing was just physical activity in my life again.
Yeah, for sure. So I definitely agree. And I think for me, the biggest difference is just it was finding, a way to be active while my lifestyle was changing and I was doing completely different things in comparison to what I was doing before. So when we first moved to Barcelona, that was really our first experience, for both of us, to be working full time and actually spending our days 8 hours straight in front of a desk. So I could feel pretty early after a few weeks that this was really impacting my body because I had pain that I got in my neck, and then at the end of the day when I came home from work I was really tired and I honestly didn't want to do anything else. I wasn't motivated whatsoever. So then, like Coco said, we started incorporating more physical activity into our routine here in Barcelona as well, and this really helped me a lot because first of all, whenever I was at work, I actually felt like I was more productive, and whenever I got home at the end of the day, I also still had more energy and motivation to do other things. So today the goal is not really what it was back when we were doing sports, but it's more about finding the balance in the lifestyle and just being stronger and feeling happier and healthier for me inside and out. So physical activity doesn't mean that you always have to do sports or workouts that have super high intensity. We all know that some days especially are a little bit more tiring than others, but all it takes is just going for a walk, doing some yoga or maybe some stretching. So really anything that has, a lower pressure on your body but still have you moving in some type of way.
One of our favorite excuses for not being active is the fact that we do not have the time. But in fact, being active doesn't require that much time. Just taking 20 minutes a day to go for a run, to go for a walk, or just do a high intensity workout at home is something that everyone can do. If you want to work out at home, for example, there is a lot of inspiration and workout that you can do in 20 minutes, and we will link some of our favorite in the description below.
Sometimes we also really underestimate the power of daily activity. The fact that small changes in our routines can actually have a big impact on our overall well-being. So it can be things as just, taking the stairs instead of taking the elevator, or biking to work instead of taking the metro, for example. So whenever I started biking to work instead of taking the metro, I was actually feeling way more energized and productive because I'd been out biking and I got a little bit of fresh morning air. So just making those small changes can really have a big overall impact.
One of the best advice to be more motivated and more consistent in your physical activity, especially at the beginning, it's to find someone to exercise with. We all know that sometimes it's really hard to push ourselves when we are alone. But if we have someone that can help motivate us, it becomes way easier to get the work done. Regardless the type of activity is, scheduling it with someone can help you be more accountable in actually showing up and doing what you promised to do.
One of the most important parts of physical activity is finding something that you like to do. Because we're all different, and it's really not about doing what everyone else is doing, but it's about doing what's best for you. And the reason for this is that when we do something that we actually like, we're more likely to be consistent, and we're also more likely to keep doing it for a longer amount of time. And as we said in our video about consistency, consistency during a longer period of time is really what will make us successful in the end. And today we also have so many different activities that we can choose from. So don't be afraid of really trying new and different exercises and activities until you find the one that works best for you.
Overall, it's just really important to remember that physical activity and well-being isn't about comparing yourself with others. At the end of the day, you need to do what is the best for you and your goals.
The only person that you should ever compete with is yourself. And if you're pushing yourself to be better, it should be about being better than you were yesterday. Because finding a way to incorporate physical activity that benefits your well-being into your lifestyle, it's not about a sprint where focus is only on the destination, but it's more about learning to really enjoy the journey and actually finding something that works for you in the long run.
So that's all for today, guys. We hope you liked that video, and if you didn't subscribe to our channel yet, please do it now.
And as always, we really appreciate it if you like and comment on this video, and if you'd like to share it on your social media. Also, if you didn't check the video that we did last week, then you can watch it now. Thank you, and see you next week.